Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Reiner, sports talk. Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off sake. Is this a cool night or what? Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Oh, this one over here.
What about this one over here? That's a light.
Yeah, I don't worry about that. It just seems like this one here is pointed in a different direction usually, but hell, what do I know?
You're a radio guy.
I'm not as tall.
Where's it normally?
I think the last time I had it like right here. It's not that big of a difference.
Why did
Okay.
you lower it? What's the thinking here?
You know what? I don't know. Just here, y'all.
Just trust Ashley. She's the artiste.
I do trust her. I trust her implicitly.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Shoopy's just questioning the direction of
I
you.
just want to make sure we're getting stuff right. That's all.
He's a tyrant like that.
A
Yeah,
perfectionist.
I'm a hard ass.
Do that there.
Doesn't let things slide.
No, I don't let things slide. I want to control everything.
Oh, you control just about everything, don't you?
I do.
You know what? I've been watching y'all do little fairies all day, so I'm just here.
There's a lot going on, James.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, this is Wednesday, the 8th of April. And this is episode number which? 212.
Pretty good.
Jason's officially been on 3 times.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
We've got a long timer with us today, or an off timer, I guess I should say. Off time.
OFT.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oft. I got
Yeah.
it.
And
Like
he
often.
is the great James Foust. We had him on last year because we wanted to find out what was shaking at the Dallas International Film Festival. Well, you know what?
We had one a couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah, we did have him on a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. I can't remember why, but we did.
Less official business. Just
Yeah,
kind
like-
of checking in
just to
on
hang?
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Talk Oscars.
I mean, yeah, he's a cool cat.
He's a man of varied interests.
Yeah, he's a guy that can come over here and hang anytime he wants.
Yeah. But we're extra focused on something today.
Yes, and that is that Dallas International Film Festival because he is a fairly sizable muckety-muck with a DIFF. What is your title? I don't mean to diminish it. I know it's serious.
That's okay. Artistic director.
That sounds like a BFD.
Now, if that is not a title held by somebody who is, without question, serious people, I don't know what is.
Yeah. He is squared away and put together.
He is squared away and put together. And look at him. He's handsome.
I'm circled.
Very.
Hands. Oh. I'm blushing because I'm purple. So. So I appreciate this.
Well, how you been, man?
Been good. Been slammed and busy, but getting ready for this thing. How have you been?
I'm slammed and busy.
212 shows. I'm honored because that's a lot of shows.
That is a lot of shows.
Congratulations.
I haven't done much more in my life longer than that.
Yes, you have.
You've done quite a few things.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, a few, but as far as, stuff like this, usually I give it up after, I don't know, 5, 6, somewhere around there.
Thanks for hanging with us. The world needs it.
I would like to think so. I would
Me
like
and
to
Ashley
think it
need it at the
does.
least.
Well, you were here to talk about the Dallas International Film Festival last year. Here you are again. If we're still doing this next year, you can count on it.
Oh yeah.
And if you're still there, and I hope you will be,
I'll be there. I've got bills.
Yes, you got Williams, don't you?
I like that.
I do too. I haven't heard that.
So, you've done enough of these by now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they all sort of run together for you, or is making one different from the one the year before a big deal?
They in the past, I'd say the past 10 years, past 10 years, there's only been a couple of hiccups, with the COVID years and things like that. But for the most part, it is sort of rinse and repeat. And the things that change are the filmmakers. And every now and then we'll throw in a special block of films from a particular country. But this year has been a lot different because it's our 20th edition of the festival. So it's been, and the math kind of messed me up because we started our first festival was 2007, but our 20th is 2026. So yeah, deal with that 7-day week. So yeah, it's a lot.
Is this your 20th?
Yeah.
You've been part of all of them.
I've been part of all of them.
Okay.
I came on from when we were the Deep Ellum Film Festival, and then I was part-time there, and then I was still kind of part-time at the original AFI Dallas back in 2007. And nice. So, but then I got full-time artistic director back in 2012. Yeah.
And the world has been better off for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
What is the DIF Dallas Star Award?
DIF Dallas Star Award. So part of what we've done over the last 20 years is given acknowledgement to a particular filmmaker, actor, film professional, anybody from Lauren Bacall to Sidney Pollack to Laura Linney, Gabriel Sidibe, and Kurt Russell. People. So not Kurt Russell. Sorry, was it Kurt Russell? No, it wasn't Kurt Russell. It was the other guy that looks like Kurt Russell, but it's not Kurt Russell. Can't remember. Anyway, lots of people over the years, and so this year, the DIF Dallas Star Award, we're having a luncheon honoring the 20th anniversary, and we're honoring Lou Diamond Phillips with the DIF Dallas Star Award for the first time. He's been a friend of the festival since the beginning, since we were Deep Ellum back in the day. Mm-hmm. He's a friend with our founder, Michael Caine, and then I became friends with him back in the day, and he's just a really great guy who actually answers my emails, and which is amazing. He's like, hey, what's going on? And he's working on something with Brian Cuban in town right now, too. Ooh. So
that's right.
I'm very happy that we're actually have the chance to bring Lou out, and we're showing 3 films with him in it. None of them La Bamba, though.
Which ones?
Which ones? We're showing the North American premiere of a film out of Oklahoma called Keep Quiet, where Lou Diamond Phillips plays a officer that patrols a native reservation that is got a lot of crime and a mystery unfolds on the reservation. We're showing a documentary about the man who made the movie La Bamba and another movie called Zoot Suit. The movie's called American Pachuco, the legend of Luis Valdez, and it's also about La Bamba and all these other things, and Lou's in it. And then there's a third movie that was shot in Dallas, of all places, that he stars in as a doctor, and it's called 1 in a Million. He stars with Flavor Flav and Wayne Knight, and of Seinfeld fame, yeah.
Newman,
and
yeah.
I always say Seinfeld and Jurassic Park, depends on how you feel. And then I forgot there's a person from The Chosen in the movie. I think her name is Tabish, Alan Tabish or something. I don't watch The Chosen, but anyway, really cool thing. Oh yeah, Ashley Greene from Twilight is the star of the film as well. So it's a world premiere, and they're all going to be here. I was told Flavor Flav was coming yesterday, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not going to bet on that. I don't know if there's any legal things that he can or cannot leave the state or wherever he's at. So.
It's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Women's. He's been in like the Olympics and stuff like that.
He's been trying to make good for some things that may have happened or not happened. I don't know.
Aren't we all?
So he's turned into a man of the world now, huh?
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, he's a nice guy. No clocks.
So how long after one festival ends is it till you start cranking on next year's?
We're starting to think about next year now, but when we start working on it, I'd say we'll end for like April. The festival's April 23rd through 30th. Mm-hmm. We'll start actually working on the festival June 1. And then we'll open submissions for the next festival in July 1. Mm-hmm. And then we'll close those submissions in February of 2027.
Do you ever get any solid downtime?
Summer,
where you don't have to answer emails or return phone calls or anything like that?
I'd say between mid-May and July 15th ish, around that time. We are in a. My wife's like, "You're around a lot." I know. We going
She like it when you're around?
Yeah, when there's stuff to be done. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's cool because there's a time when I'm not around a lot, and there's like right now I'm hardly at home, and like she won't see me for like 12 hours a day, and then I come home and like I just want to go to bed. I'm just tired. So yeah, it's cool to have that time with the family and just chill and play around.
That's all I ever want to do too.
Yeah,
is just go to bed. Get to the end of the day and go in there and crash.
You have a good bed?
If I can.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I can, sometimes not.
They've got pills for that.
I know.
Okay.
I'm on it.
You have CBD for that.
That's true.
That's right.
Delta 8.
There you go.
So, like, when do you call for submissions, or when is the submission gate unlocked?
We're thinking about it right now. We're going to shoot for July 1st again, but I don't know if that's going to stay for sure. I know that the powers that be like the July 1st deadline early because it's really early and we can get a lot of stuff done. And I'm like, yeah, that just means a lot more films for us to watch. I'd rather compress it and just do it that way. But
so how do you get word out there? Do you just put do you get a plane and ride it up in the sky or something like that? Get your films in now for the DIF, or
shout out on the
is there
streets, or
an organization that you send emails to, or how does
Carrier
it
pigeons?
work? I'm very curious about this, James.
Okay, I can tell. There's there are a couple of ways. So we'll do all social channels. We'll send something out in our newsletter that says, hey, this is happening on this date. Submissions are open. And there's also the way that people submit to the festival, for the most part, is a system called filmfreeway.com. And it's a kind of a clearinghouse where everyone submits you join up on FilmFreeway and you're a filmmaker, and now I'd say there are maybe 12 to 14,000 film festivals in this system. So instead of you going to each individual, your film is in one place and you just go, oh, I want to play here, I want to play here, and I want to submit here. And you just submit your film and pay the fee to the festival. So we announce on FilmFreeway, and there's 400,000 filmmakers assigned on FilmFreeway. So that's usually the bulk of what we get.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Like, hey, you guys get it. Please submit when you can. Submit early, because submitting late just only makes us angry.
So if you submit to FilmFreeway, then all those submissions go to you through them, or
no? So like
you can kind of select.
You select.
Okay.
As a filmmaker, you can select where you go.
Gotcha.
And that's the fun part. It's like, oh, I want to do this, and then again, everybody, like Sundance, everybody's on there except for South by Southwest. Like Cannes is on there,
but not South by Southwest.
South by Southwest is
What's so special about them?
a lot of things.
Yeah, Shoopy.
Well, two big things about South by Southwest versus most other festivals in the world. Their adherence to not joining a platform like FilmFreeway, and they're a for-profit film festival. They're a company that, unlike, let's say, Sundance, DIF, Toronto, I mean everybody else, most festivals are nonprofit organizations, and so, but they're owned by Penske and
Pretty big.
yeah, pretty big. They own everything, by the way, like everything. They own Hollywood Reporter, Deadline,
That's big.
Variety, IndieWire. They are majority owners of South by Southwest, and they also are, I think, majority owners of the Heartland Film Festival, I believe, as well. So yeah, not a monopoly at all.
Well, Variety says Boffo.
Oh my God, you just Boffo. No one said Boffo in forever.
I do.
Oh man,
So
people
does
make
Variety.
fun of me for saying that. What is Boffo? What are you saying? Like, you know what that means? Okay.
Bring it back for the DIF.
I might. All right.
Yeah, let them know you got a partner at Boffo.
I
now.
Yeah.
appreciate that. Oh my
Diffo
God.
says Boffo.
People used to make fun of me for that. Ah, so good to hear. Thank you for that. Right.
So last year, what was the film that maybe nobody's really talked too much about that really stood out for you? Or was there one?
At last year's festival, last year's film, I'm trying to think. What was, 40 Acres. It was a post-apocalyptic action film that just took everybody by surprise, because it's like this sort of really diverse. A bunch of these people, his family, Native American guy, his black woman had a family, but everybody else that survived this apocalypse ended up living on their farm, and they became these sort of militia to protect themselves from the hordes of, cannibals and other people that are trying to take their crops. And it's this really fun, cool action film that was just shocking. Ended up winning our audience award, got picked up by Magnolia Pictures and was released, and we were like, this is really cool. And it was neat seeing the trailer where the thing would come up because it played the Toronto Film Festival because the filmmaker was from there, and you'd see selected at the Toronto Film Festival, then audience winner at the Dallas International Film Festival. So it was pretty cool to see that.
So what happens to a film like that? I mean, once it makes the film festival circuit and maybe wins some accolades such as this, what happens to it?
Well, if it does, hopefully it gets picked up like this one and it gets up on thing. Otherwise, I mean, some of these things this might be the only time you get to see it. It just doesn't go anywhere else other than playing at different film festivals around the world, and it ends up becoming sort of a calling card for that filmmaker. Now, with today's streaming access and other distribution models, most films end up somewhere. Hardly ever.
The reason I ask that is because I read these recaps of the films like this that you've sent out for this year's, and I go down them and I read them and I think, man, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Read the next one. Man, that sounds really good. Man, I'd like to see that. And it just goes on, and yet not being immersed in that world, to me, it seems like it just kind of fades off into the netherworld. And I hope it. I mean, if the film is really as good as it sounds, I hope that doesn't happen for them. I hope something comes of it.
That's what we hope too, because when we bring the film festival is not just about bringing filmmakers and films to Dallas. It's also about bringing people that buy films. So I know there'll be a couple of distributors that'll be hanging out at the festival that are looking at this and getting the word of mouth about the film that it gets back to a distributor. Or we have some managers and agents that are coming as well that they go, oh, I just saw this movie, and they might want to represent that filmmaker to help them get a sale. So, yeah, it's a lot, and I feel bad when films that get a lot of notoriety. It happens at every festival, largest festival from Cannes to Toronto to Sundance, AFI, everybody, South by. Great films get a lot of press and a lot of notoriety, and then sort of just disappear.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, how many do you think get distributed after that, or bought up by a distributor?
Depends. I would say quite a few. I mean, we're talking a good percentage, but it's the level of distribution you're looking for. Like large distributors don't typically buy out of film festivals outside of the big three, and by the big three I mean to me is Cannes, Toronto, and Sundance. Those are where you're going to see your big sales for somebody out of those three festivals. Otherwise, you've got a lot of lower level distributors that you might not know of, but they're putting out movies in theaters, but the deal for the filmmaker might not be as good. It might be oh, they didn't get a lot of money off of this deal. They didn't get a lot of money. They didn't get the amount of distribution, because the other thing is you want to say you're moving a movie theater.
Yeah.
But these people are like, look, that's cool, but it costs a lot of money to put your movie in a theater and market it. So what we'll do is we'll give you your Oscar run, which is 7 days, in some theater in a city that has that, or in a couple of theaters. We'll give you, we'll maybe put you on 40 screens across the nation, which is not a lot for a small film. And then we want to get you to online as fast as possible. We want to get you and people paying for your movie in pay-per-view, SVOD, PVOD. We want your movie to be sold if somebody pays $15 or $8 for your movie. That's where you're going to make your money.
Yeah.
How much emphasis is there on theater versus streaming at this point?
Depends on who's in your movie. This is my opinion. The movies that I see that get a decent theatrical usually have some semblance of a celebrity quotient. And that's how you get your movie. And there's oh, look, somebody decided Tom Hanks did an indie. Did he? Actually, we have one film at our festival, which I think is funny. It's a really great film called Tuner. I don't know if that's on your list or not, but it's Dustin Hoffman is in it. Small film. The other two actors are sort of known, but it's Dustin Hoffman is getting all the credit but he's barely in the movie. And it's that thing. I'm positive that I'm looking at the distributor, and I'm pretty sure that not only is it a great film, but Dustin Hoffman makes it sell.
Why would Dustin Hoffman do something like that? Just because he wants to? Because he can?
Because he could like the script. It's a really, really great script, but he's barely in it. But also, his parts are really. It's one of those movies where he's in it enough that he could. If it was a TV show, he would get an Emmy Award nomination for Best Guest Actor. Like it's that strong a performance in the little time that he's in the film. But they do sometimes they do it for a paycheck to get something else. Or I was just watching something with Corbin Burnson today because he's in a friend of mine's film, and they asked him the same question, like, why did you do this little indie film? You're on all these TV shows, you got all this stuff, you're in your friends and neighbors, you got things going on. And he said, I want to support that artistic side of my soul because I do all these larger things that are, for a bigger paycheck to, keep me alive, but I need to keep that other part of me alive. I need to keep that soul of acting. I want to tell these stories. And so that might
kind
be
of
a
like
reason.
me with this.
Yeah.
What?
It's a pretty good comparison, actually.
Oh my gosh.
You're the Corbin Burnson of podcasts.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you could do
Burns
worse.
is a good-looking guy.
Damn right. So are you, Shoopy.
Yeah, we'll get you in Major League 6.
So I would imagine that the week of the film festival is just a room working madhouse for you.
No.
No?
By room work, you mean like just pressing the flesh? And,
Yeah, just working
Like
in the room,
everybody trying to
talking
get your
people.
attention.
Oh my
And-
God. Yes. That's today is kind of a precursor to that. But yes, that is from about 7 days from the festival. So 7 days from tomorrow, it'll be I guess 14 days. So yeah, because it's 14 days tomorrow. So 7 days from that.
Too much math.
Yeah. 7 days from tomorrow, I will be nonstop nonstop talk, nonstop. The weekend doesn't matter. Interviews, just questioning, I'm speaking at the Dallas Screenwriters Association on Monday. I'm speaking at, so I spoke at Junior League this past week. I will have a speaking engagement, 4 speaking engagements that week of the festival. And then I have to, the thing is juxtapose that with, I'll be doing Q&As and interviews during the festival, so I have to bone up on all the stuff that I have for the festival. So daytime talking, early evening talking, nighttime. Hey babe, how you doing? Got a kiss? I'm eating in the other room because I got to watch this movie that you don't want to watch.
Yeah, how many movies does she watch with you compared to by yourself?
She used to watch a lot. She used to be on our documentary screening committee, and then she got really sad about how hard that was. The hard part is we get thousands of movies. It's not thousands of bad movies. It's like, thousands of pretty good movies.
Yeah.
And then a few hundred great films. And then there's a few hundred, and we're only playing 112. And so you start going, how do we separate this? And it's hard. So she
got tired of crushing dreams.
She did.
I get it.
It came down to a documentary on lead poisoning. I'll never forget it. And she's like, it's really good. I go, it's not that good. You just like the story, and it's an important story. But I don't know how great it is. and so she's like, you're right, it's not good, but it's important. I'm like, it is, man. It is. It totally is. I totally get it. But she's really good at sports documentaries, so I have her watch those with me.
Okay.
Yeah, she's all about those. My wife's a sporto.
Nice.
Yeah.
We like sports.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
I swear.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Never. You
Yeah,
have
we
any,
do.
you have any
Yeah,
experience
we
in
do.
that? A little. Okay.
You could say that.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been around it
He
once
dabbles.
or twice. Yeah, I dabble.
Should have tried some radio sometime in the last 50 years.
The thought crossed my mind, but we'll see.
He's trying to stay the Corbin Burnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Corbin Burnson of Dallas, Mike Reiner.
So, I look at all of this stuff that I have here about the film festival.
Sure.
And all of this list of the feature films. And all of the brief recaps of the feature films. Man, they all seem great.
They are.
I mean, I look at them and I think this is something I would be interested in seeing.
Yeah.
Because, I like kind of, off the beaten path stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not opposed to the indie film or anything like that.
No, you like to get your hands dirty.
But Yeah, I do. I mean, how does somebody like you differentiate?
It's super hard. I'm not even going to kid you that it's hard to decide. As Group said, it's like crushing somebody's dreams versus somebody else's dreams when the dreams are so closely aligned. It's like, what's the difference? And sometimes it comes down to, we have a committee. It's not just me. I have a director of programming. I have a international and a Latino programmer. We have programming coordinator, and we have about another 15 people watching films that we and all discuss. And there's voting scales, and we all look at things, and things rise to the top. And we kind of, and when things get close, we discuss them. And the short films, they have major discussions because there's way too many of those. The feature films, it ends up being about 3 or 4 of us talking. Okay, this is really this is that. And we all have our sections, and we just go for higher numbers and what we feel that we want to show right now that maybe speaks to a certain zeitgeist that may be happening, or something that is like, oh yeah, like 2 years ago or last year, it was a Ukraine documentary that we really wanted to get out there about what was going on, was on the ground dealing with people that were artists in Ukraine.
See, I would love that.
Yeah. Well, here's funny. We have a new Ukrainian documentary this year.
Fresh footage.
But completely different type of artists. These are 2 artists from LA that come to Ukraine to help people, and they're mainly graffiti artists, and are tagging buildings that are about to be blown up and getting their word out there. And it's directed by this music video director from the Ukraine. And I mean, it's kind of kick-ass. It's kind of like a rock and roll art doc, if you will, that just sort of, I mean, they're running from, people are getting shelled, and they're dragging their paint cans with them. They're running around. It's like this. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
What's it called?
My God, I can't barely pronounce it.
No.
Palatsnia. It's a Ukrainian word.
Okay, fair enough.
It's real hard. My Ukrainian is not as good as my Russian. I feel like that'd be very uncouth of me to speak Russian.
So with the voting commissions and stuff, how difficult is it for everyone to vote, and how much do y'all let your personal opinions shape it versus it might not be your thing, but that it's got the artistic merit?
It's all personal, but that last part, it might not be your thing, is something that I've been preaching since day one when I wasn't the artistic director and I was senior programmer, and it's like, look, I don't like X. That's why there's somebody else to do X. But in this case, I very specific example, in the very first festival, the second festival, there was a documentary about shark preservation. And I said, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And I was so upset about that movie, and I didn't even want to watch it. And then I watched it and go, okay, I kind of get it. Then it sort of gave me a turn. It still wasn't my movie, but I felt that this is an important subject matter. And because of Jaws, and there's a whole documentary about how Jaws just messed everybody up on freaking sharks, including me, I had this bias thing going, and watching that movie was a turnaround. And I'm like, oh man, and it was so. I always preach, yeah, it might not be your thing, but think about somebody else. It's not all about you, because you like some weird crap. I've seen the movies you go to see, and that's just weird. Might not be as weird as Reiner, because you hardly ever see movies, but when you do, it's cool. But Star Wars, we're not going to do that.
That's not Star Wars. Never did.
Because he's watching all the weird movies.
Yeah,
that's right.
He ain't got time for Wookiees.
He's an artist.
Payanitsa.
He did it. Oh my God.
There he goes.
Yeah, I found it. Payanitsa.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, look at that.
Okay.
He found it. That's amazing.
You know some Ukrainian.
But, yeah, so we do what we can, and get the movies to the people that know the subject matter, and then hopefully everybody will find a good place. And you're right. Everything this year, above all, we made a point that we have a little less films than usual, which kind of, I think my CEO is kind of, you should have more. I have this number. I know we have that number, but I want to have a bunch of good things. I want to be able to go to every film, even if it isn't my thing, it's my thing. And I think that's what this year is about. I mean, even there's a faith-based movie, the one that with Lou Diamond and Ashley Greene, that one in a million. That faith-based movie I thought might be a little controversial, but it's also just really a well-done family thing. You can take everybody to and have a good cry. And that's also, sometimes you want to be moved in certain ways. You're going to cry, you want to scream, you want to laugh. I got all that.
And it all takes place at the Dallas International Film Festival.
Yes, sir. April 23rd through 30th.
All right, this is the great James Foust. He is the artistic director. of same. And you can relax a little bit because I got to get this out of the way here. Because, as you know, out there in podcast land, that can mean one thing and one thing only. That being that it's time for the dreaded and feared mid-show read. All right, what have we here today, Shoopy?
I believe the CBD House of Healing, Shoopy.
Just that? Yeah. Okay.
Swear. Yeah.
All right. Let me hold this up for the world to see. This came from the CBD House of Healing. I used it once, and it did a lot of good for me because I was in pain. I was hurting. And I used it, and it really did help. And you know what? Today, I am in pain once again. I am playing hurt today. And I'm going to use this again, and I'll bet you it will help out again. We're going to see anyway.
Maybe James will apply it.
Yeah, maybe so. What I'm saying to you, though, is that if you are walking around this world in pain, there is no reason for this. This is the full spectrum salve stick from the CBD House of Healing, but that's not all they've got over there. They got a bunch of different stuff. And if you're walking around in pain, there's no reason for that, man. You need to go over there and talk to them. Chances are they can help you out. They helped me out. If they can help me out, I bet they will be able to help you out too. Because they approach it from a medicinal standpoint. I know you're thinking that it's a CBD, man. Ugh. No, that's not how it works over there. They approach it from a medicinal standpoint. The owner is a registered nurse. And if you go over there and talk to them, chances are they've got something that will make you feel better. I don't know if it'll make it go away, but it'll make you feel better. And if you're hurting, believe me, you will settle for that gladly. The CBD House of Healing is located at the intersection of Northwest Highway and Plano Road in the northeast quadrant of that burgeoning intersection. Drop by, do tell them you heard about it from us here at YDC, and get your healing journey started at the CBD House of Healing. You'll be glad you did.
There we go.
Was that it?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Good job. And now I want to try this.
See?
You should. I don't know if you're in any kind of pain, but it does work. It does help.
I'm of an age that pain is part of my life, so yes.
Oh. Gonna be sore from shaking all those hands and stuff too.
And talking.
And
Gotta
the
work in the
pats on the
room.
back.
Can I put that on my jaw?
Yeah, you can.
I think they have other products that might be better for
Okay.
oral use,
Okay.
so to speak.
Oh my God, this is dark.
This is dark. So
guys
go
made
through
it
some of
weird.
these and tell us what you're looking forward to seeing this year.
Oh.
I mean, are you high on anything this year, or
Oh yeah, two really cool.
film wise? That is.
I'm high on the salve. No, it is salve, by the way. There's a lot. Opening night is a kind of a big deal for us. It's the premiere of this film I was kind of alluding to earlier, and I think I may have alluded to it when I was here way back in January or wherever. It's a premiere of a film called Last Shot. It's a basketball film.
Ooh, sports.
About a little kid who's kind of a really great kid, and like he's end up in AAU teams when he gets a little older, but he's like 12 years old, and his parents are separated. One lives in Nashville, one lives with him. His dad, he lives with his dad, and tragedy happens, and he's forced to go live with his mom, who's played by Jamie Presley, and he goes to live with her out in Nashville, and she's a big music producer, and he doesn't want to be there because he doesn't know his mom very well, and he ends up being on the basketball team out in Nashville, and he's kind of a hothead, and he just has to learn how to deal with it, and mom and him have to learn how to be together, and it's a really great film. In the movie, his dad's played by Michael Rappaport. His mom is Jamie Presley, like I said. His mom's boyfriend is Johnny Simmons, best known for Scott Pilgrim and Percy being a Wallflower, and more recently, he dated Hermione Emma from from the Harry Potter movies. He's also from Dallas, so he'll be here. Jamie will be here. The director, the producers are all going to be here, and the coach in the film, Baron Davis, will also be here.
Nice.
And I already told the producers, like, you know how much I hate that dude as a Mavericks fan. You have no idea.
And his bee beard.
Yeah.
Boy, me too.
I go, so he goes, yeah, that happens a lot with him. So, but he's so far he's been really cool, and he's talking about the film. That's a really good one. And then on the flip side, on the other side, the closing night film was one of the first films. These are two of the first films I booked for the festival, so I'm so excited. It's the U.S. premiere of Kenny Loggins documentary.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, and it's premiering in world premiere is going to be in Toronto on ironically on the 23rd, and then 7 days later we're getting the U.S. Premiere of the film, and it's about the life and times of Kenny Loggins, and we're trying to make sure he gets in. He's missing both of these film screenings because apparently he's got a concert. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I thought that was off. I apologize. That's bad form.
Maybe it's Kenny Loggins.
No, it is not. Unless his name is Spam. That's his alias, Spam Loggins. But the Kenny Loggins doc is amazing, and
Conviction
gets
of
into
the
his
Heart.
life. Yeah, thank you.
That's a great title.
Yeah. Did you know apparently he had 4 #1 hits from 4 #1 movies, and I can only name 3 of the movies and 3 of the songs. Can you name 3 Kenny Loggins songs that may have been? You're gonna. He's cheating, but
Danger Zone would be one.
that's right. Top Gun.
A Footloose.
That is 2. That was also nominated for an Oscar, I believe.
Let's see.
The other one's
What
a
else?
sports movie. I'll make that easy for you.
What is it?
I'm All Right from Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Caddyshack. And
Seeing some other ones from him, but
yeah, the 4th one I always forget, and I forgot. I got to rewatch the movie because it's in the movie. I'm like, that's insane. I forgot, and I think it was a Loggins Messina thing, not just Kenny. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so
Well, I was a big Loggins and Messina fan, and I'm still, to this day, a fan of Kenny Loggins, and I don't want to hear a word about it.
No, you got. He's a lovely man. He's an absolute.
He seems like he would be. He's one of those guys that seems like he would be just terrific.
He's such a great guy. And then there's another really film in the middle that's directed by a famous former child actress. It's called The Werewolf in the Waves, directed by Salil Moonfry, formerly known as Punky Brewster. And so it's about her relationship with the lead singer of the band Crazy Town. And they had that song.
Butterfly? Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And so it's about his struggle with one-hit wonderness and drug addiction. And they were friends, and they became partners. And it's this really, I can't believe you got the song.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the magic of Shoopy.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt that it's a sample of a Chili Pepper song.
Yeah. It's like
Rest in peace, Shifty Shell Shock.
Yes, that's who it's about.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
sad.
It's a great. She's been wonderful to talk to, and we're going to actually have a conversation about how we get her into the festival for this movie. And it's that one is. It's one of those movies that. If anybody's watching the Lamar Odom doc on it, I think it's on Hulu or
that's right.
when you get really into the life and you're really intimate, it's that, and you get to really realize how these people are living with addiction, and that no one really cares because we're about this song. We want that life. So it's a fascinating piece, and it's been wonderful to deal with that.
I saw that Lamar Odom doc for the first time, or I saw that it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at it, but I saw that it's on there for the first time last night, and I'm very intrigued.
It's tough. It's hard to watch what's going on behind the scenes, and it makes you. The biggest trick that movie ever does is make me like a Kardashian.
Because it was Chloe that he
is
was
some
dating,
trick.
right? Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow,
They were married.
they were,
Oh, I'm sorry.
they were,
I'm sorry, Chloe.
yeah,
And this makes you like a Kardashian, huh?
yeah. I'm like, what she went through. I'm like, okay, yeah, good on you. So
Yeah.
it's worth it. I'm trying to think anything else that there's so many dang films that are just so good in the film. If you guys know Charlie Crockett, if you're familiar with him, there's a film about him growing up in Dallas.
I'm guessing that's the one Skin is into.
No, Skin was into the opening night thing. He liked the last shot thing.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't even told him about Charlie Crockett yet.
Oh
Charlie
man,
Crockett.
he'll freak about that.
Christopher, who was phenomenal.
Oh, that's right, Jared
Yeah.
Christopher. He's awesome.
Yeah, I've been talking with Jared since we were going to play it last year, but they had to pull out
Yeah.
for some reason, and now so we brought it back around, and hopefully Charlie's going to be there, and Joshua Ray Walker is going to has a film before that, a short film about his life and dealing with cancer and everything. And so we're going to be, this is cool. Those two are at the Texas Theater. But a lot of music films. This might be, I might be ageist here. Sorry about this, Ryan. But are you a fan of Jimmy Buffett? That's no.
I respect him.
Okay. There's a Jimmy Buffett documentary about his band called Occupational Hazard.
Okay, well, I would watch a Jimmy Buffett documentary.
Yeah, there seems to be the filmmakers, and I think some of the band members are going to be here for that.
Nice.
Which is going to be great. I didn't know that until the other day. I'm like, oh, crap. Like, it's going to be, we don't have a theater big enough for a bunch of parrot heads running around in there. But it's really cool. I think the music stuff this year is really great. And then I'm trying to think, there's a bunch of really great things in the Texas category. There's a horror film called Mantis, if you're into scary things, made in Fort Worth. It's about Justice Hardy directed it. When you die, somebody has figured out that when you die, your energy is still around. So if you're a victim of a homicide and you don't know who's killed you, these cops and scientists have come up with a way to reanimate your ghost, if you will, and talk to you and try to figure out who killed you, because you're the one that saw them most likely. And you only get like 20 minutes or so of life left, and they make a big point of not letting you see your own body, because apparently you're like this energy portion of still alive. And so it's kind of it's a creepy little story that that we're the world premiere of the film. So we're excited about that
Now,
one.
see, I would watch that.
Sounds awesome.
That sounds like something I would want to see.
Yeah, Saturday night at the Texas Theater. It's gonna be a jam.
Anything else flipping your switch this year?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what there's so many. I think there's that documentary's cool. There's a movie called Misper about this British filmmakers about a missing person. So Misper is the code for missing persons in the UK, and working at this hotel out in, I guess, somewhere in the UK, in the very famous hotel. Somebody is quitting, and she decides I'm quitting, but she disappears, and we're supposed to have a party for her, and so the rest of the movie is finding out where she went or if she's been kidnapped. So it becomes this national story, like, and where is this person? Is she alive? Is she dead? And then you start looking at the characters in the movie that you like, and you think, wait a minute, did somebody do something to her? Which one of these people did? And they really cast this shadow of doubt on everyone in the film. So it's this like 80-minute mystery that's really fast, really great. And if you watched the TV show Alien Earth, which I don't know if anybody did, one of the main characters of Alien Earth is the main character of this film, and I didn't know it was British until I saw this. Like, I hate those actors, the accents. It's just fantastic, and it's a real good mystery. It's kind of like a combination of like a really long, not even long, because only 80 minutes. A Law and Order episode meets a Hitchcock mystery.
Yeah.
And so that one's really good. And then there's this one is mind-blowing, stupid. I can't believe we're even getting this film. It's called Revolution's Daughter. It's a documentary on Fidel Castro's daughter and her escape from Cuba. And
it's by Thaddeus Matula.
Thaddeus Matula.
Nice.
Good buddy Thad went to SMU. And hell, I talked that kid into SMU. You owe me, Thad. You know it.
Yeah, Thad.
So that movie, so it's about that, and it has Gloria Estefan and a couple other Pulitzer Prize winning Cuban American artists in it, and it's about her leaving Cuba and getting away, one, to have her kid, two, just to get away from the regime, and she's coming. So Alina is her name. I don't think her name is Castro anymore, but Alina, it will be here for the festival, along with Thaddeus and her daughter, who she left to have in this country. So they'll all be at the Texas Theater. It's going to be pretty fantastic.
Now, as one who was around for all that, that would interest me.
Yeah.
Anything having to do with Castro and Cuba, I remember it. I'm in for it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. It's going to be something special. And if you like old movies, we are showing an anniversary screening to honor the late great. Wow, my God, I can't think of his name right now. We're doing Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So Robert Redford, yes. So we're doing Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid for just, we always want to celebrate something. And this year, Steve Stodgill and his wife throw a classic style show movie night every year, and this is the 19th style show movie night, and we were talking and go, let's do something Redford. So it was either going to be this or All the President's Men, but I thought this is a little, even though it's the way it ends, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it ends harshly. But
No, I haven't.
okay, you ever see Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, that I've seen.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotcha.
Well, you know what's coming up on 45 years next year?
What's that?
Diner.
Ooh.
Shoopy.
45 years of Diner?
Apparently came out in 1982. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does sound right.
Oh man,
Just saying, if you want to make sure that he shows up.
that'd be kind of. Paul Reiser's an easy get too.
I mean, okay.
Like, he's not doing Stranger Things anymore. He's not. He's got nothing. And there's no reboots of Mad About You. So yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I like that idea.
I will take a 5% cut if you show it.
Okay, done.
One time I was at some sort of event that I think my then wife was stringing together, and it was fairly high toned, and Paul Reiser was there doing stand up. And man, he was sensational.
Oh, that's good.
Boffo?
Boffo. Right? He says Boffo.
Boffo at the box office.
So he did a comedy set.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
forgive me for not knowing, was he a stand-up comedian at any point? Or he just...
I don't know. I don't know enough about the
They
guy's
just gave him a
background to know what he
microphone and
was,
said,
what he
"Be
wasn't.
funny"?
But yeah, he can sure get up in front of a room and be funny.
He gave you a tight 5?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome. I would pay for that. It's always cool when you see people that you've seen as TV actors and grown up with, and everything. Ray Romano was that for me. I never knew that dude was good at stand up, and he's the foul mouthiest stand up I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah, that ain't yeah. Ray's tough.
That's awesome.
It's really fun. It's really cool.
You know, I guess there's a pretty good number of them that are when you put them in that environment.
Yeah.
Put them in that situation.
I know they said Bob Saget, obviously there's video of him, but, he played Danny Tanner on Full House and looked like the most wholesome TV dad ever. And then he told the dirtiest jokes as a stand-up, like, ever.
Yeah,
It's great.
he is. He was the same guy.
Yeah.
It's like, why is Bob Saget this way?
Yeah. It's like, that's who he was before.
Yeah.
He just cleaned it up for TV.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to
Oh yeah.
tout about the festival?
Something we're doing that's really, really cool this year as a part of the 20th, beyond honoring Lou Diamond at the luncheon that we're going to have, and beyond, there's 2 big things that we're doing.
Does he
One,
make you call him Lou Diamond?
no. Lou is what we call him. Either
Okay,
LDP
all
or
right.
Lou.
Okay.
LDP or Lou.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're doing an industry conference. We're going to add some panels and things and conversations, and we're going to have we're have a conversation about management versus agency. Like if you're a manager, you need an agent. We're going to have a conversation about certain movies that really hit a breakdown of this all digital movie called Iron Lung that was a huge success, and the filmmaking team behind that actually are from Dallas, and so they're going to talk about how they made that film. But the big thing we have, one of the big things in this conference. Well, 2. One is a friend of mine, Amy Talkington, who's from Dallas. She grew up in Swiss Avenue. Her first film played at the very first Dallas International Film Festival. Now she rebooted Valley Girl for Prime, and was writing in Reese Witherspoon's group on the show Little Fires Everywhere, producer, and she's coming to talk about writing a room. But we have the head of Warner Brothers, co-chair of Warner Brothers Studios, Michael DeLuca, will be here to kick off the whole thing as a conversation on, 1, what the hell happened with Warner Brothers Paramount, what's going to happen, and 2, what the state of the film. And the dude, if you don't know Michael DeLuca, if you watch the Oscars or the Grammys, anytime anybody from Sinners or One Battle After Another went up there, they thanked Mike and Pam. This is the Mike. And because he's the one that said, yeah, let's go. He's a chairman, and he has a lot of Texas ties, and one of our board members knows him, and we asked him, hey, would you like to be the keynote launch of our first ever DIF industry? And he will be launching it on Friday the 24th. In the afternoon, 5:00 p.m. at the Sinopolis Theater. So we're jamming with that. And the next thing is germane to Dallas. Love this. We got our starts in the Deep Ellum Film Festival. Our founder, Michael Caine, started that festival. Also helped start this with Linear Timberland, started DIF. we're doing a Founders Night and a celebration of Michael and all things the beginning of DIF on Friday the 24th that evening after the DeLuca thing at the Texas Theater. We're world premiering a documentary called Square Pegs and Round Holes from Russell Hobbs and Michael Dunaway. It has pretty much everybody in Dallas in the movie about the history of Deep Ellum. I mean, polyphonic spree. I mean, Tender Lauder. It's narrated by Rev Horton Heat. He walks around Deep Ellum telling people. Mark Cuban is in it. Billy Bob Thornton is in it, talking about. Oh boy.
What?
Mike Reiner.
Nor should I be.
Aren't you a staple down there?
No, I'm a nobody down there.
I would beg to differ. That's right. Russell. I'll blame Russell on it because the Toadies are in it. All the guys that did the Start Club, they're talking about building the Start Club, and they had to go to Deep Ellum to figure out how to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a gem. And I was just talking to. I'm literally getting text messages. I finally got this thing muted about the party afterwards because they go, "There's like it's not gonna be a big enough place." And we've reached out to Cuban and said, "Hey, you got like 11 to 15 minutes of screen time in this movie. You might want to." You're talking about what you used to do and what you used to take from Deep Ellum and how you got that building. He's pretty deep in it. So yeah, it's going to be cool. So
Now, when's this coming out?
it's going to be Friday night, April 24th at 5:45, 6 o'clock, I believe.
Wow.
At the Texas Theater, and it's the world premiere, and we're gearing up for that, and it'll be a big fat stupid after party in Deep Ellum somewhere.
All right.
Back to the roots.
That
you
sounds
go.
like fun.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
get
go.
you out. You
Let's
came
go.
out last year. That was the biggest surprise, and I love seeing you and the wifey out there. When we were at the opening night party, I went, "Ryder's here." I was shocked. I don't think you saw the film, but it's okay. You were at the party, and
Yeah,
that was
I was at
very
the party.
He was there to support.
That was very cool. This year,
Yes.
the party will be back, not in the same place, but in the same area. We're actually using our original buildings from the first festival. So we're using the Virgin Hotel, but we're also using the W Hotel for some things as well. And so it's going to be really, really cool. Virgin's our headquarters and they're our love, but W's been kind enough to help us out with some things.
I want to go.
Yo, you're interesting. They'll be passing your inbox soon enough. As my mama would say, all y'all gonna come. So,
Hell yeah.
so
That's awesome.
we'll make it happen. And you
Well,
got to come
James
this time. You
Foust,
didn't come
I
last time.
promise I
Shoopy,
will.
You didn't come.
I know.
You got to this time.
I had things to do.
All right, we'll fix that.
Yeah,
Pressure's on, Ash.
that's right.
I might be in an editing hole all weekend.
It's okay. It's 7 days. You got time.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, he is James Foust. He is awesome.
We love him.
Yes, we do.
I love you guys. I love being here.
Thank you very much for doing this, man.
No, thank you. Really, the best part of my day just happened right now.
Oh. Sorry to hear
Who
that.
believes that?
Because now you're about to give Shoopy a salve stick.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not true, just let me think it, okay? Just let me think it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, there it is. The Dallas International Film Festival is coming up. It's something you do not want to miss. April 23 through 30 of 2026. It's fun. There are good films, and there is big business being taken care of all around you by people you think you know, but you can't really place them. If you like that scene, this is for you. Even if you don't like it, this is for you. So go see it. All right. Thank you, Shoopy. Thank you, Ashley. James, thank you, man. You're great.
Thank you for having me.
Love having you in here.
Love being here.
All right. This is your Dark Companion. Remember, we need you to get us out there. Sling us around on your social media. Do whatever you have to do to get us out there, wherever you do that type of thing. And until next time, what?
Go to stolenwatermedia.com.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go to stolenwatermedia.com. That's our new website where you can find all of YDC and all of everything that we have here at Stolen Water. So go there and check it out. Check out everything we've got. And we got a lot, man. We got a lot. We got a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out. And until next time, bye.
All right. I'm gonna go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.